Well, gold has been on quite an historic run in 2025 so far. In fact, it's having one of its best years in decades. Got gold prices up roughly 50% year to date, but it's also meant that profit margins for many gold miners have also been quite healthy. So the gold subsector on the ASX is up around 80% over the opening 10 or so months of the year. So this has meant that there are investors that obviously have benefited from this. There are others that are probably feeling a little bit of FOMO, and others yet that probably just think it's time for a little bit of a pullback. So today, thankfully, I'm joined by Graham O'Brien from the ASX. You're going to be taking us through a brand new ASX offering relating to gold, and you're going to give us some of the basics there. So thanks so much for your time.
Not a problem, Steve.
So first up, give us a bit of an introduction in what this new offering is and how it works.
Yeah, so we're looking at options over the gold ETF. So it isn't over physical gold, but it's over an ETF that's backed by the physical gold itself. Importantly, it allows investors to not just pray and hope that you buy some gold and it goes up in value. Options actually give you that opportunity to have some non-linear payoffs. What I mean by that is we actually have the ability to be able to potentially protect our gold holdings, earn some income outside of our gold holdings themselves, but then maybe also earn a little bit of leverage from the market as well.
So I just want to throw in a few hypothetical scenarios, if that's okay. Perhaps you can talk us through how these options could work in those different situations. So first up, there's, say, an investor who has purchased gold 12 or so months ago. It might be a gold ETF or it could be a bunch of gold stocks. And now they're expecting that gold might take a bit of a breather.
So the options market allows you to take a position to protect that holding. So as opposed to holding physical gold, if you're holding the gold ETF itself, you'll then be able to purchase put options, which will give you a preset sale price to be able to sell those ETFs in the future, effectively locking in your sale price no matter how far the gold price might fall.
Okay, so how about the second scenario would be someone who's completely stayed away from gold, that decided to not jump in, but they might have a view now of where gold might go, either higher or lower.
It's one of those FOMO moments a lot for people that they've kind of missed out. Options actually give you the opportunity of time to decide on what you might want to do in the future. So sometimes I'm a little bit unsure about what I might be wanting to do with gold. I can purchase call options, which will give me the benefit of buying gold in the future, but only if it moves in my favor. Similarly, if I'm unsure about the direction and I think it might fall, I could actually make a speculative view that I think the gold price could fall by put options and profit as the market's falling in value. But both give you the option to choose in the future. So it gives you time to decide on which direction the gold price might go in the future as well.
And gold isn't typically considered an income-producing asset by any means, but options can be. So is income a consideration in this case as well?
Yeah, it's definitely something that Australian investors like, is those dividend income streams, but gold doesn't pay us a dividend. It might be might be nice to look at, but doesn't give us that dividend. So if we sell call options over the gold ETF holding, whilst it's locking you in to potentially sell those shares in the future, it actually generates an income stream, because the options market is actually going to pay you premium to take that position to be obligated to sell those securities in the future. So effectively drawing an income stream. What we find is people can often do that over a 2-month basis and be able to continue to roll that exposure to earn income over gold.
And of course, options are not for everyone. I mean, this sounds all great, but of course, it's considered to be a bit more of a sophisticated product. And with all investments, there are risks that are involved as well. So can you take us through some of the key ones?
Yeah, I think the most important thing when we start thinking about options, you're exactly right, it's sophisticated, but they're complicated. It isn't an easy product to start with as an investor. So the most important thing is get yourself educated. I know via the CommSec website, also the ASX website, there's a large range of information that can help you in being able to understand, when I'm buying a call option, what do I expect my outcome to be as a result of that. Similarly with put options or even selling call options, but making sure you understand what you're doing first before you trade, probably the most important thing to start out with. Starting small, obviously always important as well. Don't put all your eggs in the one basket. Don't go out and buy a truckload of gold and then hopefully profit from the market. But ensuring that obviously you're using options in conjunction with your view of gold is very, very important.
Okay, perfect. Graham, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Not a problem. Thank you.